Alrighty, YouTubers, here we go again. We have another special Amazon Prime unboxing to do. You guys can check them out. Link is going to be down below. And if you like this item, all you got to do is add it to your cart, check out really fast, and continue to shop. Hope everyone had a good day so far. Everybody is staying safe. Let's see what's inside, guys. We got another one going on today. Here we go. Got something good in here. Alright, what do we have here, guys? What is this? Oh boy. Oh boy, oh boy. Looks like I got some work to do tonight. So we're going to do the unboxing now. At the end is going to be the whole shebang setup. We got the Type 12 123-way smart light switch from Teckin, right there, 2-pack, and then got this one right here, and then this one right here. So, we're gonna take a look inside, see what they look like, and pop it open. Go. Say in the back anything good. There you go. These are really cool though to have, especially now. We got a Google app code we're gonna need in the app store. So Android users, iPhone users, this is a product to use for your home. You know, fancy dancy. Should be easy. We got the stoppers, screws. You got the plate cover. Plate cover right there. Ooh. So you can turn the light off and on. Demo switch, the wires. I got the ground, power. I'm gonna take a look at my area. Install this thing at tonight. So yeah, there's an app feature. You could do a lot of cool stuff with it. You could let's see, create a little closer. Smart Life app. Amazon ITTF or something like that. Google Assistant. Device name, location. Turn it off, turn it on. Do a lot of cool things with this thing. Install switch. Label your wires. Make sure you guys do that. Install the switch. Ground, load, neutral. So that's green, white. Black is a line, the ground is green, the load is a red, and the neutral is a white. Alright. Enter Wi-Fi password, so you have to do to set that up. Alright, it should be a simple one to install. So, but here it is again. Cool. So I'm going to have to get my other phone, download the app, and then show you guys. But that's a 1-pack. Open one of these 2-packs. Show you guys the 2-pack, how they look inside. Then we'll do some YouTube magic, and we'll be downstairs, teleported. So here we go. Alright guys, so I'll leave the links down below. You guys purchase for your home, give it to a gift to somebody for their home, nice housewarming gift, you know, even a condo. You can switch these out in an apartment. There you go. There's a 2-pack right there. Has the same stuff with the these and that, the screws and everything with the faceplate. It should be. Let's go like this. There you go. Dang, fancy dancy. Oh yeah, this should be a fun one. All right, guys, I'll be back in about 2 seconds. Right, 1, 2.
Okay, so the first thing you want to do, obviously make sure that your power is off. I flipped the breaker and I checked it with the electronic tester to make sure that I have no hot wire. Anytime you do that, check a known hot source, make sure your tester works, and then test whatever you're working on. First thing we have to do is take these screws out. Pull on your existing switch. Now, this is where it gets interesting. I'm going to change camera angle after I get this out of the way. I want to make sure that you understand what you have to have. Okay, in this shot, you can see that I have labeled when I installed these wires for my shop bathroom. It's upside down, but hot wire. Okay, so I just labeled this hot and I labeled this switch. These are the 2 wires in the United States. It's 12-2 with ground. That's the gauge of the wire, 12 gauge, times 2. And it's coming from the main breaker box inside my house. What I've done is simply just taken the neutral wire, the white wire, and wire nutted it to the switch wire that goes to the switch. Hot wire is broken at the switch. So off means that the hot is disconnected from the lights itself. So now let's take these wire nuts off. For this next step, simply remove your hot wires from your existing switch. Set this aside. Okay, for this procedure, installing a smart switch, these need to be straight. Trying to minimize using anything other than really lightly serrated, needle nose pliers, and even best if you could get down where the area where there's no grip, no teeth in the jaws, you're better off, because you want to keep these wires nice. You don't want to have a bunch of burrs and a bunch of scratchiness. That's unprofessional. So just work these back around and try not to create any kind of gnarly kinks, because they can break if you get too crazy with them. And this one's a little bit scratched up, but it's going to be okay. I'll probably end up having to cut some of this off anyway. Now what we have, neutral wires are still twisted together. I was out of front with that. Neutral wires twisted together. The hots are broken. Ground wires. Let's continue to the next step. The thing to do is just really twist these wires well together. Don't leave them all frayed and crazy like this. I mean, it kind of goes without saying, and this video is for someone that has never done anything like this, so I'm not trying to insult anybody's intelligence, but some people just don't know. And you can go a step further, and what I have done on my other switches, but for the purpose of the video I won't do it, but you can actually just tin these up, solder these perfectly fine, and then you'll have a lot less chance of the wire not making a good connection with your wire nut. Alright, so if you don't like how far back they've stripped it, you can go ahead and strip it back a little bit further, because anytime that you're wire nutting braided wire to solid wire, it needs to stick past the end a good 1/8 of an inch. Alright, these happen to be Kleins, and they're just multi-use wire strippers. Really nice, quick, and it gets the job done. Greenlee makes a real nice set. Many manufacturers out there, but just make sure that they have good sharp cutters. You can see that right there in that shot. Different sizes. Going with 12 gauge, I think we'll be fine with 12 gauge. Let's take a shot at it. All I need is another 1/4 of an inch. Yeah, see there? So you just pull it right off. Make sure you don't use, I can see there's a couple broken wires on this one from the factory. So make sure that you don't go too small, because you need to preserve all the wires you can. It's just taking off, I'm not taking off full 1/4, it looks more like about an 1/8 is what I wanted, and that looks better. Alright, so now that that's done, let's continue. Alright, starting with the neutral wire, just because it just happened to be the one I grabbed first. And I think this wire nut's too small. It is. Let's go get a new different wire nut. Okay, so I had to use an existing wire nut when I took off. The supplied wire nuts will be perfectly fine when I'm only joining one of their wires to one of the 12 gauge wires. So let's continue. So for the neutral, and while we're talking, it's a good idea to make sure that if you can, if you're doing a new installation, use deep well boxes. Deep boxes would be so much nicer for this process. I knew I was going to put in smart switches at some point, but for some reason I just use standard boxes, and they're not that much cheaper, so I don't really know why. Give that a good twist, and make sure that it's not coming out full on it. Looks good. Let's continue. Looking at the back of the box, you have load out and line. Those are the two I'm going to do next. Red goes to the wire that goes to your lights themselves. So you'll hook line to your house current that's coming in from your breaker box. Red goes to this wire that goes to your switches. Let's do that now. It's on my switch wire. And leaving a little bit sticking out. I don't like this because it's a little bit too far, and there's no way my wire nut is going to cover everything. So let's cut this copper. Kind of give an idea. This is not really a good way to know how far your wire nut is going to go down on something without actually just doing it. So we're going to give it a go here. Let's take a look at that. That might be close. A little bit more maybe. Yeah, let's use that. And you can always spin. It's a bad idea to have to get in the position to have to spin your wire nut back off. But if you do, it's not the end of the world. You want to just try to do it right the first time. And I may be close. Let's try that. Braided wire sticking out past the end of your copper. Yep, it's going to be good. Really get after it. Don't worry about it twisting things together. Look on the back side. I may have to zoom in on that, but just twist it together slightly. And the back end, that's perfectly fine. Get it good and tight, and go to the next wire. Okay, so forgive me. There is no simple way to film this, because I'm going to have to try to see. I got to get some of the wires, got to go back down in the wall, create a shadow, because I only have room in here for one of my really nice ESDDI lights. Another shout out to that company for sending me these lights. I'm going to show you that light setup here in just a second. But you just have to manipulate this, and I may have to make cut the camera and kind of work around some head scratching to get all the job you did on your wire nuts. All right, so I just had to make another band. It took a little off me to do that, and so I got that straight. And I'll pull that out so you can kind of see. I had to get everything kind of in a Z pattern, and then push the Z pattern of the main wires back in. So it should be fine. So let's go ahead and screw this together now. Get the top started. On the hole for the bottom one. Make sure it doesn't require a whole lot of resistance to push this together. A little bit of resistance is, is kind of normal, but you don't want to put too much force on the back of the switch. Just snug it up, snug the bottom. To finish tightening here in a second. And I apologize if my left hand is in the way. Let me get it out of the way. There we go. That's better. All right, well, let's hand tighten this to make sure we're not over tightening anything. Good. Don't bear down on this, especially if you've got plastic boxes like I do. You just don't want it to move around. That is more than tight enough. Let's put the cover on. And it appears, yeah, I don't know if I have enough room. My box would have needed to be slightly out a little bit further to snap this, it appears. Turn the power back on to the bathroom. You click and hold the switch with the lights on. Click and hold for X amount of time. I think it's around 5 or 6 seconds. I'm not sure, I didn't look at the manual, but just click it and the lights will shut off and the green light will start blinking. At this point you will start the pairing process. And I am not going to show you every little step that it takes to go through the pairing process because I've done that already and it's exactly the same thing. The only difference is you're installing a light switch. Alright, so we have successfully added it to my shop's Wi-Fi system. So switch on, switch off, alright.